Just to sort of round this out, these were pictures that were sent to us from Karen's daughter, who sort of started this with her and wanted to share the art show that they created in their home of all the different work that she'd done. And as part of this, I just wanted to read the testimonial that she shared along with these photos that she sent. And the main reason behind sharing this for all of you is just, I think it really speaks to the goal that you and I, Joni, have in mind in what we're hoping to assist people in doing with creating a workshop like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So here's what they had to say in the testimonial. I had a read on your website about art therapy and started to do art with my mom. She usually comes and stays with us 1 or 2 nights a week, and art has been something that has given her comfort as well as to my entire family. What I saw when she sat down to paint or doodle was a calmness that we don't see very often. She seemed happy and less anxious. Art at the kitchen table was even trumping her favorite movie, Mamma Mia. My mom has really lost her vocabulary, so when having a conversation with her, it is really hard to make much sense of what she's trying to communicate, even though she thinks that she's having an important conversation and it all sounds fine. And when we sit down at the table and help her with an art project, she's so engrossed in what she is doing that she's not trying to have a conversation with the people around her. It also has given myself, my kids, and my husband an opportunity to sit down at the table with her and participate in the art. We are all getting a bit more creative. On Thanksgiving, my brother and his family came down from Comox, and I thought I would create Karen's art show. And this would show the family what she had been up to. It really was a gift, and even though when you look at some of the pieces she's created, you wonder what the heck was going on in her brain at that moment. You see the beauty and you see the artist. So as you know, this Alzheimer's journey is a complicated one with many layers, yet there are these moments that bring calm, peace, and connection. Thank you so much for your inspiration and for the work that you're doing. So that kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That we're really trying to show that there are these opportunities to connect, that there is a quality of life and an expression that you can bring through art, through creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the person that you used to know might be slowly fading, there's a new opportunity to create new connection and new memories that can be just as precious. So just in closing then, what we've shared is the handouts that are there as supports for you, which is including the object handling and the art viewing questions that we went through in the exercises, as well as the creative activities list with all the different ideas to get you stimulated and get you going, as well as all the materials and supplies that were shared, and the Arts Alzheimer's how-to manual and Joni's YouTube channel. So all of these supports we hope will stimulate your creative juices and help take away the barriers of not knowing what to do or how to get started, and make that as easy and accessible for you as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And Joni, I'm going to turn it back to you for our last little bit of exercise here, which is
Sure.
our clay.
Yeah, so when we had developed this workshop to be done in person with people, we had created this clay exercise for the end of the workshop, involving some Play-Doh. And the goal isn't necessarily to create a specific thing. There's no outcome that we're wanting from this, which is kind of a given, seeing that we've been talking about, the whole time, not wanting a finished product. We're not focused on that. We're focused on just the experience, right? So if you have your clay in hand, reflecting on what you've learned in the workshop or any questions that you might have while you're molding your clay. Sometimes I find that doing this kind of activity can actually get the brain to engage. It's an interesting thing. So one thing that came up in previous workshops that a caregiver had said to me was a challenge that they find is actually finding the time to make art with their loved one, because they're so busy doing other tasks. And one of the questions I posed to them was, are you getting time for yourself? Because if you're a caregiver, it's really important for you to have that self-care time. And sometimes it's not actually possible to have the self-care time away from the person that you're caregiving. So there may be a way that you can focus on the art making time as being part of your self-care time as well, letting that in itself be a form of respite for yourself.
Yeah, I would second that one of the biggest challenges for caregivers, and having been one myself in the past, is to have that time for yourself. And I really find that this is true. And for the carers who try this, who use the creativity and the art, as you suggest, Joni, as first and foremost almost their own time. Mm-hmm. And it also brings in those qualities that we spoke about of co-creating, mm-hmm. And of connecting in new ways that are still possible with your loved one with dementia, forming those new memories and those new special moments together. So it can fulfill all of these different purposes and have that sort of rejuvenating effect, for yourself as a carer at the same time.
Exactly. And if you have any questions for us, don't feel shy. Go ahead and send them our way, and we'll try to answer them as best as we possibly can. Between the two of us, especially on Marjorie's part, we have a lot of experience working with people with dementia. So any questions that you might have, feel free to shoot them our way. Marjorie runs a consulting business for caregivers who are just wanting to know more about how to care for their loved one and how to involve creativity and just being person-centered in doing that as well. So
yeah, so again, hopefully resources for you, and we're happy to supply more, as Joni suggests, if you have questions or things like that. And mm-hmm. Just thank you to We Rage We Weep Alzheimer Foundation for sponsoring this workshop for us and for you. And also a way that you can reach out to us as well.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, and anyways, have a great day, and thanks again for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining, and happy creating, happy new memory making, and we'll see you next time. Bye.